Welcome back. Apparently love is not in the air.
No, not when the clock struck midnight in January to bring in the new year. January is actually known as Divorce Month. Attorney and counselor Sabrina Shaheen Cronin is here to explain exactly why. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Sabrina, why do people choose January to split from their spouse?
Well, it's been coming for a long time, and it's the new year, new way of life, wanting to have a new momentum, especially now, new decade. You know, definitely January sees 25 to 30% more divorce cases in most law firms across the country.
It's their New Year's resolution.
Yes.
To get divorced, apparently.
Get divorced, I guess.
Yes.
But I mean, when you look at, you say it's been in the works, so like, Christmas, Hanukkah, this is not the time that most people go running to file for divorce, and there's reasons for that.
There are a lot of reasons. The number one is most people want to stay, have a normalcy for the holidays, in an environment where the children feel at home, feel safe. They don't want to spring this on their spouse during that time. They want to have a nice, seemingly nice holiday season. Not to mention the stresses of the holidays exacerbate the stress of a very, uncomfortable marriage or dysfunction in the home. And there's just so much going on at that time. Most people do wait. There are some that file, some that aren't so thoughtful, but for the most part, the majority of people do want to wait.
Right. Yeah, it's tough. Can be tough on the family for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, if you do wait until January, are there any benefits, any financial benefits to waiting and to do it then?
There are some tax consequences for not waiting, and then there are some tax benefits for waiting. It really depends on the individual families, whether the children are still getting, some claims on their tax returns for the children, etc. So you have to refer to your own CPA for that.
Sure.
We also see things, again, it seems like there's another spike according to information that has been out there, that March is another month where people file for divorce. Why March?
Well, typically it's because it does take time for attorneys to file the papers. So courts see an upswing in court filings for divorce, but a lot of law offices see a significant increase in clients coming to their doors in January. It takes time to get the paperwork done. It takes time to think about what you want to do, and then therefore the courts increases in March.
For people who may be weighing their options, and as a counselor and an attorney, what would you suggest? Do you have any advice really for them to take on at this point?
I say definitely make sure you have your affairs in order. If you want to file, make sure you see a competent attorney, one with whom you feel very comfortable talking about things, and just try to be reasonable in terms of your expectations and do the best you can do moving forward.
We hear, of course, the word no fault all the time when it comes to car insurance, but apparently it applies to divorce. No fault divorce. Michigan's a no fault state when it comes to that. What does that mean?
It means that the courts really don't care if someone had an affair, if someone gambled away all their money, if someone is doing something untoward. The only time it really matters is with the children. If something is happening in front of the children that's very, very bad for them. Sometimes in property disputes, fault comes into play, but for the most part, Michigan is a no-fault divorce state.
Okay. All right, Sabrina, well, we appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much.
People obviously want it to be last resort divorce, but in case they do, there's some helpful advice, so
absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Sabrina.